We have daily tasks. We have daily tasks that we complete from the range from like new hires, people coming in, just to basically set them up in Active Directory, get their employee ID set up, get their computer-based tasks set up as far as training, as far as getting their email set up. So it's a lot that goes on, in the day-to-day life. And basically, we're like the technical backbone of this company. So I guess you want to say like the less things that are happening, the better. There are days where things go wrong, which happens. There are days that maybe the entire email would go down, which has happened lately. Like the entire outlook throughout the company is going down, and which has been a real stressful day, and we've had to literally just band together and get that back up and running. There's been times where like the entire network has been down, whether it be from one location or multiple locations, which we dealt with recently. We actually dealt with a project which you may have seen late last year, from the Artemis project. Like the one of the latest rockets that's going to the moon. We were kind of a part of that as well. So that was a very exciting experience. So like I said, it's basic day-to-day stuff. It's not always super glamorous. A lot of just a lot of work, but it is very exciting, and one thing I can say is never a dull moment. All right. So, as far as my technical career, I actually started it here, when in the IT track, which was back in 2020, 2021. It was challenging. I do want to say, from a realistic standpoint, it was challenging going through the IT track. I did have my doubts. It's a lot of work that you have to put in, and I have my doubts whether or not I will be able to actually complete it. But I just remained steadfast and I remained focused, and just looking at the end goal in mind. As far as actually getting this job that I'm in now, the job interview process was a mixture of behavior and technical questions. Though yes, you do have to be prepared for the technical questions, but for what I've experienced, especially with this job and other jobs, the behavioral questions are just as important, if not more so. Anything can be taught, but it's good to have the right it's good to have the right set of people around you, and even within yourself, it's good to just have the basic level of customer service, and just to surround yourself with positive people, which I also mentioned as well. You're going to be dealing with a lot of different technical aspects, and it's hard to remember everything. So don't get flustered with the interview process is concerned. They may ask you a question that you may not know at the top of your head, but if you don't know, you don't know. But say that you're willing to learn. You're always willing to find the answer, which is basically the core principle of IT. Find the answer, troubleshooting until you find the answer. And another advice I like to say is just to never stop learning, and just keep growing. The world of IT is vast, and it's unlimited. There's like an unlimited level of resources online that you can just improve your knowledge and improve your skills, and just surround yourself with positive people. Network with people, whether it be online or through your workspace, and just surround yourself with people who are actually willing to help you grow your career. As I said, like this is something that I feel like I tell myself this every day: just don't stop, keep going. And in that sense, I always try to keep growing as well. You know, Search and find educational resources. Like they're actually out there. Some you have to pay for, yes, but there are resources there that are free as well, and will give you that knowledge. You can actually put on your resume as well. It may not be like a complete certification, but just having a resource will actually definitely like be beneficial as far as your resume, as far as your LinkedIn profile, and what it would actually give you that knowledge when going to a job interview or just your day-to-day life as well. So I recommend just networking. There's a couple of people, I believe, I've worked with Tech. If you look at him on his YouTube channel, They always give tons of resources that you can like apply to build your resume, just to expand your knowledge. And there's something as simple as building a home lab. You can actually put that on your resume as well. Like I said, once you get the job, surround yourself with just positive coworkers, people who are willing to help you, people who are willing to show you things that maybe you didn't know and are willing to help you grow in your career and to, improve and promote yourself in the career. So as far as struggling work-life balances, I I myself I know that's very important. I've been dealing with a lot with my family, back and forth, which even had me travel from state to state. There's a lot going on, and people who have children or just everything in between. It's hard. Believe me, I understand that life happens, but I just try to incorporate time management. Even with as far as work or as far as life, and try to kind of balance to see is what just prioritize what needs to be done right now and what can be put up for tomorrow. If it's something important for work that has to get done, obviously it has to get done. However, if it's something urgent, in your personal life that has to get done, it's okay to go to your supervisor or your boss and just let them know that, hey, there's something that I need personally that needs to be done. Is there a way that I can finish this task at a later date, test tomorrow? Like I said, just prioritize time management, even if you need to have a scheduler. I've been using Google Calendar a lot. Prioritize the times that I need to take care of situations, whether it be work related or personal. For my future, so I'm always been a big planner, but lately I'm not really sure what my future holds. But all I can say is that I want to expand my intellect and expand my knowledge in IT. Like I said, it's very vast, and I want to use whatever I can to further my career. And not only that, I also want to help other learners, whether it be in Merit America or just help anyone in my network space. Just help anyone who needs like to grow in IT. It's difficult to kind of find people who are actually willing to help out. So I want to be one of those people who actually can help others as far as growing a career in IT, finding that right niche, that right path that you want to go to. Or as far as technology in my career, honestly, I feel like I've always been like closely related to technology my entire life. Even before starting my job in IT. Technology in and of itself helped me find Merit America. I actually found Merit America through an email, through a random email, and a lot of us get emails every day. Kind of, kind of look beyond it, or just kind of look away from it. Thousands of emails. It could be spam, but something told me just click on it and take a look and just read it. I did that. I applied for Merit America and look at the IT track, and here we are. This job in particular that I do, I work remotely, so it definitely helps me as far as technology every day in my career. I have my laptops here. I have like I said, as far as a home lab, I have everything connected. As far as a docking station, multiple monitors around me, so technology literally helps me day to day in my career. Um, for my friends and family, every day they always come to me for advice. Even other coworkers, they always help me. They always come to me and ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to help anyone and everyone. And even outside my career, you know, there's a lot of special projects that I do as well that technology helps with. Want to work on my content creation. I'm a big gamer, so I like to be on YouTube and Twitch. So having this knowledgeable background definitely helps with that. So as far as technology, it helps me in more ways than I can even imagine. Here we are. well, once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys coming here and listening to me and engage with you about this day to day life. Um, You can always connect with me on LinkedIn. If you have any questions at all, you can always come in and literally ask me. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, well, thank you, Brandon, for sharing. We are going to move into our Q&A portion of this event. I did receive some questions through DMs, and then we do have one here in the chat. What are the certifications you have to get in order to progress in your career?
Okay, so as far as certifications, like I said, there's so many. There's so many. It's just hard to describe every single one. At least for me, the Google IT support certification is helpful. Um, I work a lot with ServiceNow, so if you want to Google search ServiceNow, there's a lot of ServiceNow system administration courses you could take. Cisco, I work with a lot of Cisco technologies, like I'm opening and creating WebEx accounts for people, so you can look a lot of Cisco training. Like I said, there's so many, a lot of Microsoft courses, AWS. Me, I feel like the more the merrier. The more knowledge you have, under your belt, the better. But at least for me, those like the basic certifications that help me throughout my day to day. But there's many more. There's many more.
Do you have any advice for people who get discouraged throughout the interview process?
All I can say as far as the interview process, whatever you want to say with confidence. I understand how it feels as far as like not knowing the answers or feeling a sense of imposter syndrome. Even now, I work with people in the job now who have years of experience ahead of me, and you do get nervous. You do get a you do get a bit like, do I really belong here? Can I really do this? But you're here. You're applying for this job. You put in that work. You got your certifications. You went through the IT track. So yes, you do deserve to be here. And yes, you have to have that mindset, that focus that yes, you will get this job. You know, they're gonna be technical questions which will stump you a bit. But like I said, focus on the behavioral questions as well. The people who are asking the technical questions, they know the answer. Don't just try to swerve your way into an answer. If you do get stumped or you reach like a mental block and say like, oh, maybe I forgot or I don't know, it's okay. It's definitely okay to say I don't really know, but I know how to find the answer. I know where to go. That's actually more important than just knowing everything. Like I said, with IT, it's impossible to know every single thing. So an advice would be like to take notes, even when I'm working, take notes of everything. But if you don't know the answer, at least you know how to get there. So my advice is as far as I can say.
Um, our next question, do you have any advice on how to network and utilize LinkedIn to your advantage?
Oh yes. So as far as LinkedIn, like before I came here to Mad America, I barely had 50 connections at all. But now I have a lot more. Like I said, just talk to people, find networking groups. There's a lot of IT groups to interact with. People here from Mad America can always connect with each other. It's very good to just have people to connect and like-minded individuals to talk to and then to gather advice from just to help people grow. Like I said, look through the groups, anything from Merit America alumni. You can always connect with people, and if connect, just connect with a message. Just say, "Hi, my name is Brandon. I see you're part of Merit America. It's nice to meet you." Even as far as recruiters, be looking for a job, you want to connect with people. Just say, "Hi, my name is Brandon. I see that you're hiring for this particular position, and I want to know more about it." So if you just connect with a message, or just connect and join a lot of groups, a lot of Merit America groups, that it definitely helps as well. Just be interactive, and you'll see your network grow.
What advice would you give to someone at the start of their job search?
At the start of the job search, I would look at key phrases. A lot of jobs that you're going to see, especially, for example, tech support or help desk, let's look a lot at the job description. You're gonna see as you're applying to these jobs more and more, a lot of the job description is gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same type of qualifications, the same type of responsibilities. And so you want to tailor yourself towards that, kind of tweak your resume to make it more technical, and kind of like funnel it into that. So definitely look at those keywords and key phrases. If you want to get somewhere in cybersecurity, cybersecurity analyst, to kind of research that, software developer. You can literally just look at any any job description. And as you look at those job descriptions from those specific titles, you'll see a lot that the descriptions are just like more and more of the same thing, the same responsibilities. And just kind of tweak your resume or tweak your search towards those keywords.
Are there any certifications or certificates you wished you had pursued while in your time at Merit? And how do employers look at comp TIA A plus, if I'm saying that correctly?
Yeah. So yeah, that one. Yeah. So yeah, the CompTIA, the A+ certification, it definitely still holds a lot of weight, and just by saying that, yeah, that is one certification I do wish I got into before Merit America, but you can still use that. And the Google's IT support certification does hold a lot of weight as well. Like I said, you can pursue that, pursue other certifications, even though it's not an official certification. The fact that you're doing a lot of research, you can put that on your resume as well. A lot of courses on Udemy. It may not be certified, but you can add it to your resume just based off of the knowledge alone to show employees that you do know how to do the specific task. Definitely helps a lot.
Someone asked, does the IT track have a case study at the end of the course? They're doing the data analytics case study and it's a nightmare. Any advice in general?
Um, I have heard about the case study. I think this is something new that they're implementing. When I did the IT course, back in 2021, I don't remember them having a specific case study, but I do know, speaking with the Merit America staff, I think this is something new that they're doing with this case study. So I can't really give too much knowledge as far as I'm concerned. So that's definitely new that they're doing. I, whether it's as in depth as a data analytics course, I'm not sure. That's just something new that they're implementing. So I can't really give too much knowledge about that, unfortunately.
Did you have a feeling of imposter syndrome ever, and how did you overcome that, if so?
Did I have a feeling? Yeah, I did. Especially when I started the job. Like like I started and I'm working with people who literally like are running circles around me with how much knowledge they have. So I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm like, am I supposed to be here? But I just, started gathering knowledge myself. And the fact that I even got this job, I just boosted my own confidence. Said yes, I do deserve to be here. And I started learning from others. I started gathering knowledge and taking notes for myself from day-to-day experiences from the job. So taking notes definitely helps, especially with this job or any job. You're gonna come across uh so many different issues, so many different incidents, people needing help with different issues, and it's good to take notes. It is, like I said, it's good to surround yourself with positive people. So fortunately the team that I work with is very positive. The supervisors, if you don't if you don't know something, you just feel free to ask them for help. They definitely help you out. Like I said, positive, just being positive, they definitely help me as far as like even like getting promoted or moving to the next step of employment. You know, they definitely boosted my confidence. So now I don't feel that imposter syndrome anymore. Now I go, I start my day to day and I feel a lot confident. I just roll through every incident that I go through just with ease. And honestly, like I've been here from about a year and a half now with this particular job, and I definitely don't feel the same way that I did before, feeling like I don't belong. I definitely feel like yes, I do belong, and I'm able to just take care of these tasks like easily. So yeah.
What would you say is a good base salary to look for during the job search after finishing merit but not having too much professional experience in IT? For the first IT job, does the base salary matter as much?
I feel it does. Um, a lot of companies, depending on the company that you work for, honestly, they might try to lowball you. Know your worth. Negotiate for a higher salary. Merit America says at least 40,000, 50,000, and especially with the knowledge that you have here, yes, you can use that as a starting salary. You know, it's like I said, a lot of companies, if they see that, oh, it's an entry level tech support, then yes, they may not start you at the salary that you're expecting, but let them know that you have the skills. You know, aside from the technical skills, the basic customer service skills, they matter a lot. Those transferable skills, they definitely matter a lot. So highlight that as well. Those customer service skills, they count no matter what you do, IT or anything else. So yeah, I would say like 40 to 50,000 to start. And like I said, just keep growing. So as you're searching for those online resources, as you're knocking out more certifications, yes, negotiate an even higher salary than that. Show them that you have those skills, that you're ready to do whatever task that is set in front of you.
Someone also asked, how is your typical day at work? How many hours do you work a week?
But yes, it's, I work salary. It's typical. Well, for me, it's 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. But like a 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Um, there are times, like I said, if there's a special project, that time may bleed over a little bit, not too much. If there's something that needs to get done, or depending on the nature of the business or the company that you work for, like I said, if there's an issue, there's a network outage, you may have to be on a little longer, but it's typically a 40-hour work week. Mostly with me, it would be salary, but some tech companies they pay an hourly wage. But it's mostly an 8 hour a day, 40-hour work week.
Awesome. If anyone wants to come off of mute as well and ask a question, I think I went through all of the ones I got through DMs. Any more questions? Any? Let's see. Well, Brandon, do you have any other things that you would like to share with our group?
Um, it's I guess like I said, just don't stop, keep going, keep growing. Um, whatever you want to do, especially with IT, just be focused. Just have a steadfast mindset. Um, like I said, just connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any other further questions, or if you just want to chat, or just anything that you feel like uncomfortable with as far as the interview process, or anything in between. I'm always here to help, always here to assist in any way possible.
Awesome. Oh, let's see. I think we might have gotten another question. Let's see. Oh, I see it now. How do you approach solving problems when you encounter unfamiliar ones? Are there specific resources and tools you rely on in your daily life to aid in problem solving?
Yes. It's in IT. It's funny. Just we do have resources. Job related resources. I can't speak too much on that since this is a government job and we signed an NDA. But honestly, if you don't know something, and if we go through all our troubleshooting methods and we don't know it, just Google it. Right? You can literally go through Google and just kind of just find the answers that you need. And more often than not, a lot of my our coworkers like we do that. You know, if you have an issue like with any error codes, like something that can install properly, you have an error in the file, whatever the case is, that error code. Honestly, what I do, I just literally just Google search that error code, and it'll give you all the troubleshooting steps. So a lot of times when you see these issues, there are quite a few that'll stump you. and more often than not, Google search helps.
I did get another question. Let's see. What are the most helpful skills that you have learned or would suggest having when entering the IT field?
I guess probably the most helpful skills that I feel I've learned as far as basically what I've been doing. Um, I would say learn ServiceNow. If you're trying to go specifically like tech support or specifically like IT as far as just troubleshooting, learn a ticketing system like tech support. ServiceNow. There's another one called Spiceworks. I believe is a free ticketing system that you can use just to get your toes wet as far as learning how the ticketing system works. For tech support, any work that has to get done has to be documented. So we use a ticketing system like ServiceNow, just kind of enter it in, whether it be an incident or a request. So incident being if something is broken, a request being if something needs to be requested, like another piece of hardware, requesting a monitor or requesting software. So that's honestly that's I use that every day. So that's one of the most critical resources that we have will be ServiceNow. Um, Aside from that, learning a lot of Microsoft certifications, definitely learning Microsoft 365. We're literally implementing that right now in the company. We're like kind of migrating everyone in the company to Microsoft 365, which they weren't before. So that's definitely helpful as well. But definitely specifically for like IT or tech support, if anything beyond learning ServiceNow is beneficial.
Awesome. Does anyone have any more questions for Brandon while we still have him? Give it a few more moments if you guys are typing. If not, we wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. This was such a great presentation. I always love doing events like these. This is being recorded and we will send out a recording soon for you to rewatch this session. If you have any additional questions, feel free to email us at events@meritamerica.com. Thank you once again for our host, Brandon. And yeah, we hope you have a good rest of your night or evening.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Reach out on LinkedIn. I'm always here for you.